Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you are loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support to the channel. Thank you so much for giving our videos thumbs up, for leaving comments, for sharing our videos. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated always, Your Majesties. So today I'm taking you to how ancient Africans powered their kingdom, how our ancestors of ages past powered their kingdoms. Of course, we might think that, oh, electricity, we have solar system, we have other green energy, whatever you that the white man invented. So they are so powerful, they are so intelligent, and they know it all. So we worship these people as Africans, and sometimes especially when you begin to decolonize, you'll be like, but this is not new. Like I said in some of my videos, there's nothing new on this planet Earth. It's just a repetition, and most of the times, even a reduction of quality as the process goes on. Because when you check the level of the technology that our ancestors worked with in Kemet, in ancient Nubia, you begin to see that what we have today is just child's play. It's just a joke because what they were able to do, that's why even the scientists we have today, we just well, they just can't fathom, they just can't understand how people they told are incapable of everything could make some of, or their ancestors could make some of the things that they have. They begin to attribute some of these things to aliens. Oh, aliens invented these, aliens are the ones that did that, aliens are the ones that did it, because it's not just possible that these people that we enslaved, these people we told are nothing, will now tell them that they are the ones that invented some of these technologies. So I'm going to take you through how yeah, kingdoms were powered in the ancient times and the use of the pyramid. Like I was saying in the video before, they tell you the pyramids are a resting place for the pharaohs. So it's only the mummies that's the pyramid is just holding. There are a lot of other secrets that are inside the pyramid. All right. Let's get to it right away.
Mainstream historians will tell you that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a glorified tomb for the Egyptian pharaohs. The only monument left of the original seven wonders of the world, this structure was created with impeccable mathematical precision and is a unique, mysterious feat of construction and of engineering. There's only one problem. The Great Pyramid has none of the characteristics of tombs, including extravagant artifacts, ornate wall art, sealed entrances, elaborate coffins, or even mummies themselves. It was, however, built with unique materials, the same materials that are used today for electrical conductivity. These facts are leading more and more historians to believe the pyramids may have had a far more useful purpose. The Pyramid of Giza was not at all a tomb, but a power plant, generating and transmitting electricity to the civilization surrounding it. Impossible? To start, it's important to comprehend the tremendous effort that went into creating these monuments. The Pyramids of Giza are among no less than 118 of these structures in Egypt alone, and that doesn't even include those pyramids in other parts of the world. Given our current understanding of how early civilizations built their monuments, it would have taken no less than 20 years to build these so-called tombs, and that's if no less than 20,000 workers worked daily. To this day, historians still can't prove exactly how or when they were built. This leads us to ask, what resting place for the dead could possibly be so important that it would warrant such phenomenal effort, time, and precise engineering? Even without knowing that they have nothing in common with regular tombs, you only need to stand before them to realize that's a lot of work for a cadaver. Naturally, we make conclusions based on the assumption that ancient civilizations were more primitive than us. But what if intellectual evolution isn't always linear? Can advanced technology be lost and rediscovered centuries later? Is it possible that an ancient culture had knowledge of and used electrical power? So, here are some important facts about the structure and the materials of the pyramid. For starters, it contains angled tunnels which lead not only into the pyramid but deep underground to areas claimed still to be unexplored. What tomb needs a shaft directed into the earth? We also know that centuries ago there were enormous swivel doors that weighed no less than 20 tons. But miraculously, it was so well engineered, it could be moved to enter with a push of a hand. Since no Egyptian tomb has ever been found to be deliberately accessible, what was their interest in continuing to visit the mummies? Or could such a door have served the purpose of perhaps containing and insulating the space inside? Though you'd almost never know it, the Great Pyramids of Giza were once covered in white polished limestone, referred to as casing stones. The cuts made in this reflective stone were angled perfectly, so it would have a smooth, flat appearance. This would have made the giant structures brightly reflect the light of the sun like a mirror. It also would have made perfect insulation inside the structure. A large earthquake in 1303 disrupted the casing stones, and they were removed to use on other structures. Today, all that remains is the inner core of the pyramid. The image of the incredible amount of light that would have reflected from the monument raises curiosity, as does the reason for the insulation. Was there a desire to draw attention to their dead? To keep mummies warm or cool, or perhaps something else? Next, the material, dolomite, was used on the inner surfaces. Dolomite is known to increase electrical conductivity directly relative to the amount of pressure on it. High pressure creates more electrical current. Next, lining the passageways and underground tunnels of the pyramids is granite, which is slightly radioactive. Granite contains high amounts of quartz crystal with metal, and it's a well-known conductor of piezoelectricity. Piezoelectricity occurs as a result of stress or pressure on the quartz, as demonstrated by the wristwatches, which can be charged simply by rapidly shaking them. This granite actually ionizes the air inside the pyramid, creating a chemical reaction which, again, increases the conductivity of electricity. When such electrons are given the chance to bypass sections of rock via metal wire, quite large currents can flow. Another important material used to construct them is the mysterious mortar, 500,000 tons of it, which holds the giant stones in place. Though it's been analyzed many times, modern technology has yet to exactly recreate this gypsum, which comes from sediment. This gypsum can withstand tremendous pressure and, astoundingly, is even stronger than the stones themselves. Clearly, it's contributed to keeping the monument intact for thousands of years. But could there be another reason why they used a material which could withstand such high pressure? So, limestone, dolomite, granite, supposedly constructed for a tomb, are, in fact, analogous to the exact materials we use to make electrical wires. They also share a relationship with pressure, which increases their electroconductivity. Just northwest of the Great Pyramid is the Serapeum. Here there are 20 huge granite boxes, each weighing 100 tons. Classic Egyptologists say these are coffins. Yet, the granite here came from 500 miles away, and each box is so large and so heavy that there's no possible way it could fit through the existing tunnels and entrances. These supposed sarcophagi were therefore somehow built into the structure with such precision they are within a 10,000th of an inch of being perfectly flat. In the meantime, any electrical engineer will explain that a container serving as an energy capacitor or battery must be made entirely of the same substance, so there's no interruption in the magnetic field. Could these boxes be just that? If so, there's a centuries-old granite sarcophagus on display in an Egyptian museum that's thought to be unfinished. Unlike those in the pyramids, this one's cracked, suggesting that perhaps it wasn't unfinished, but simply abandoned, because the crack which occurred would have interrupted the magnetic field, permitting it from successfully serving its purpose. So there is clear evidence to support the possibility of an electrical use. Since these supposed sarcophagi are clearly way too large for a human being, the accepted theory is that they were, yes, believe this, bull coffins for the pharaoh's prized bulls.
They initially wanted us to believe that's just a tomb, all right? It's not just a tomb, it's a powerhouse. And it's not just a powerhouse, there is a lot more. And that's why they were always going to Egypt. They were always visiting the pyramid because there are lots more secrets that the pyramid is holding. Our ancestors were people that were civilized. They know almost everything we see today and we think are new. Our ancestors know them. Our ancestors had developed technologies that are more than what we even have today. And this is the truth. But the lie most of the time sells better. What do you think about this? Leave your comments and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Like, the truth is, there is a lot more that we have to rediscover about ourselves as Africans. Because if our ancestors were like this and we are what we are today, we have gone so far from our ancestors. Like, there's no connection anymore with our lineage. We don't have any connection. And why? Because we now deliberately push ourselves out of our cultures, the good ones. We push ourselves out of our traditions, the good ones. So we need to return. We need to return back to who we are as a people and rediscover ourselves and get to the connection, all right? Activate that connection with our ancestors. And I tell you, a lot of things that we see, we think are so difficult, so hard for us, we will get to the bottom of them. Or I will leave you my all right, so leave your comment there at the section and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive.